Good morning, children. Hope you are very safe and you stay at home with your parents, and you are along with your parents, you are sitting and doing all the works and listening all the video lessons properly. I think you understand the sums. If you have any doubt in it, you please contact me over phone or WhatsApp or email. Okay, today we are going to see only two questions from exercise 1.5, question number 3 and 4. Now the first question is, recall pi is defined as ratio of circumference, say c, circumference we take it as c, of a circle to its diameter, say d. Then pi is equal to c by d. This seems to, c by d is a p by q form, rational number. But we know pi is an irrational number. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. So irrational means non-repeating, non-recurring. So how will you resolve this contradiction? Now we can write c by d. Rational number means p by q form. Any rational number can be represented by p by q form. So here we are having c by d in p by q form. So c by d is a rational number. C by d is a rational number, where c and d are integers. If we take p by q form, c and d should be integers, positive integer or negative integer. Then only we call it as a rational number. Must be integer, q is also a integer. Like 3 by 5. Example, 3 is an integer, 5 is an integer. So both are positive integers. So this is in the form of p by q. So it is rational number. Now we take root 2 by 3. It may be in p by q form, but it is not a rational number, because root 2 is a non-recurring, non-terminating decimal number. So it is not rational. So similarly for pi, we write c by d. Pi is a irrational number, we know. 3.142 something it is going on, non-repeating, non-terminating. So pi is a irrational number, we know very well. So c by d, both the numbers should not be rational. Either d is rational, c should be irrational, or d should be irrational means c should be rational. So that's why then we can say pi is a irrational number. Next one, represent root of 9.3 on the number line. So first we draw a number line up to 9.3. So we name it as P, A and B. Now we can take 1 centimeter more. To draw root of 9.3, we take 1 centimeter extra and give the name as C. Now we are going to draw the perpendicular bisector of AC. Take more than half of AC. Cut one arc from C above and below. Cut two arcs. One is above, one is below from C. With the same radius from A, cut the previous arc above and below. Now join the 2 points, 2 arcs, 2 points where the arc cut. Join it with the scale using ruler. We can join both the points. Now we draw the perpendicular bisector of AC. The midpoint we denote it by M. Now take M as the center and AM and MC as radius. AM and MC as radius, we construct one semicircle. We construct one semicircle. Now from the point B, again you draw one perpendicular line. So here we can, using compass, first we can draw a semicircle or an arc. With the same radius you cut one arc, means that is 60 degree. Again from the 60 degree you cut another arc, means that is 120 degree. Bisect 60 degree and 120 degree. Bisect 60 degree and 120 degree, we can get 90 degree line. So already this concept we learned in 7th standard. Now join the point and B. Now where the line cut on the semicircle, this is 90-degree line. Now the line cut the semicircle at one point, we extend the line, because we have to project the root of 9.3 on the number line, so we extend the line. Now give the name where the line cut the semicircle, give the name as P. Now take the gap BP on the compass, from B as the center and BP as radius. From B you cut one arc, that is project BP on the number line. Project BP on the number line. Now this point we mark it as D. Now the distance BD is equal to root of 9.3. The distance, if you measure the distance 9.3, and if we measure the distance BD, that is equal to root of 9.3. So that is equal to 3 point something, 3.2, 3.3 something. The gap BD, that is the root 9.3. Hope you understand the sums. So do the sums in your note, practice well. Thank you, children. Thank you.